All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Assassin's Creed Shadows is all over the news today, and this one has to do with the executive producer of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, apparently, these stunning and brave individuals, they want to tell you how diversity, equity, and inclusion is their strength, and don't get it twisted. Well, apparently, these same people are so emotionally fragile that they were able to have a complete meltdown because of what Elon Musk said about the game Assassin's Creed Shadows. We have a post here from Grums that says Elon Musk breaks Ubisoft executive producer of Assassin's Creed Shadows and says that he had to use an app on his phone to calm down and explore his feelings. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a grown-ass adult who is an executive producer on a AAA game called Assassin's Creed Shadows, who apparently had to use an app on his phone in order to find his feelings and calm down from being completely overwhelmed with negativity regarding the game. I mean, how soft do you have to be in order for this to even be a thing? I don't even know. I can't even imagine living my life being this soft, but apparently there are people that are. So let's get into this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it says, yeah, this is why we don't have Rockstar game devs anymore. Making a great game takes balls. It's hard. It's really hard, especially when trying to do something new or passionate. That's why you don't see it in AAA anymore. Plug dollars in, plug 9 to 5 devs in, rotate, crank, spit out sequel. Now, that's essentially what's happening with a lot of different franchises, a lot of different business adventures. It's not just gaming. This is how it's happening for a lot of different things. You have people that are really not doing things out of passion anymore. Like, nobody's doing anything for the love of it anymore. Very few and far between is that happening. And the ones that are doing that out of passion, you're going to notice it in their work, and you can bet your ass off that their work is going to be successful because they have passion behind it. Now, in this scenario, the fact that you are weak enough to have Elon Musk make you completely lose your mind is ridiculous. There's an article headline here from PC Gamer. It says Assassin's Creed Shadows executive producer says Elon Musk is just feeding hatred with his reaction to the game's black protagonist. Musk claims that the use of historical figure was part of an initiative that kills art. Now, is he wrong? That's the funny thing. Is Elon Musk wrong about DEI? Absolutely not. Elon Musk is not wrong about DEI. It doesn't matter if he's a billionaire. He could be the poorest man on the planet, but he's able to see what's right in front of him. You guys want to sit there and pretend as if you are being so subversive with your DEI, that you're being so naturally, organically diverse that nobody is able to catch on to it because it's happening naturally. It's not happening forced. You know what I mean? Shout out to Alyssa Mercante and that amazing lie that she told. But the funny thing is, it's not. Like, it's not. You're not being subversive at all. We can clearly see what you are doing from a mile away. It is forced. It is inorganic. It is garbage. It is superficial. It is the laziest form of representation that could possibly be out there. And yet you want to pretend as if it's the greatest thing ever. And then you get upset when nobody buys your bullshit. Well, the funny thing is, we're not going to buy your bullshit because it is exactly just that. Bullshit. It says that tweet generated emotions, that the first thing I wanted to do was go back on X, that I had deleted and just tweet back, he explained. And I just took a step back. I had a mindfulness app on my phone. Oh my God. This is just so cringy. I don't know how people can literally live like this. And I did a bit of mindfulness to try and explore the emotions that this tweet created. There is no, I just can't. I can't believe it. I can't believe that there's people out there in that high of a position that are actually that soft, that you got so mad at Elon Musk's tweet that you deleted X, which we all know you reinstalled later on. Don't get me wrong. Like, you might have deleted it at that time, but I guarantee you reinstalled that shit very quickly because you can't live without it. Let's be real. But the funny thing is, then you say you have a mindfulness app. I don't know what the fuck a mindfulness app is, but okay, I guess. And apparently you are so weak that you had to rely on a mindfulness app in order for you to calm down. It's the weirdest thing. On May 24th, Elon Musk decided to throw his opinion into the mess, replying to a tweet about the game with DEI kills art. It does. It does. DEI kills art. DEI kills creativity. DEI kills literally everything that could possibly happen organically when you get a group of people to get together and try to make something. DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and is a policy that organizations can use to promote equal treatment and involvement of all people, especially people who are usually underrepresented. It wasn't exactly a nuanced take. That tweet generated emotions that the first thing I wanted to do was go back on X and had deleted it and just tweet back. Said Cody, for me, Elon, it's sad. He's just feeding hatred. I had a lot of 3-word replies that came to mind, but he didn't reply to Musk. By attacking someone like Elon, I will not convince people that about our point of view as a team. Well, guess what? You're not convincing people about your point of view, even if you don't attack them. That's the funny thing. People do not believe what you are selling. That's the thing. You are selling something. DEI is a product, right? DEI is not. If it was natural and organic, it wouldn't have to be sold. Let's put it to you like that. So the fact that you have to sell someone on the idea of DEI tells me that it's a product, okay? And you're trying to sell it, and nobody is buying it. Nobody is buying your bullshit. Nobody's believing what DEI supposedly stands for, because we've seen so many examples of you guys being so unbelievably racist with your DEI that it clearly is coming from a place of racism. It's not coming from a place of virtue. You are trying to sell virtue, and you cannot sell virtue. You're either virtuous or you're not, and you are not virtuous people. You've proven that time and time again. Your idea of DEI is something like this, right? I put this in my last video with Assassin's Creed when we were reacting to the gameplay video and the fact that they had hip-hop music in feudal Japan because the main character is a black man. And you can't have a black man without hippity-hop. You catch my drift? So apparently, these people that are trying to sell you DEI as being something that's virtuous and something that they have to do because it's just the right thing. It's the right thing. These are the kind of people that sell you DEI. They make the same character over and over and over again, right? They're making every single black character have the modernity fade. This is what I call the modernity fade, okay? Because that's what it's evolved into. This hairstyle first was called the Killmonger hairstyle, but I'm calling it the modernity fade because that's really what it is. It is a hairstyle that is used by the modern audience. This is a hairstyle that's used by every single white leftist that makes black characters in video games behind DEI and tries to claim representation, but they all look the same. They're fantastical versions of their perfect view on black people in their mind. This is how they view black people. This is how they design them, and this is how it's always going to be. So when I see posts like this from people like at Ubisoft, and you're trying to convince people about DEI, yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. DEI does kill art. DEI does kill creativity because with DEI, you get the same shit over and over and over again. But without DEI, you're able to actually be diverse, have diversity of thought, which is the most important thing, mind you. And that's what you're all really missing. All of you think the same. All of you act the same. All of you say the same things. You guys don't have any diversity of thought. So how can you be creative when you're all thinking of the same ideas? Just because you throw in a different skin color into your team doesn't mean that suddenly the idea is going to be different, because if the person thinks the same as you, then they're going to have the same idea. DEI as a whole is a complete and utter nonsense, and they're only trying to do this because they themselves are trying to be what's called anti-racist, right? They can't just be not racist, because being not racist to them is not enough. You have to be anti-racist. You have to constantly work at it and constantly inform people about it. And for them, they have to do that because they are so racist internally that the only way that they can not be racist is by constantly virtue signaling and working at their racism. That's basically it. For everybody else in this world, it's very easy to just not be racist if you're not a racist person. But for them who are racist people and they're trying to pretend like they're not, they figure, hey, let's rebrand, right? Let's rebrand our racism into what's called anti-racism. And that way we could just virtue signal the most superficial, basic forms of diversity we possibly can in everything we create, and then try to claim to be the good guys by doing so. It's nonsense. Nobody's buying it. And if you really are having a meltdown over what Elon Musk said, then my God, I don't know how you made it into adulthood. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.